Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. So we're playing with this Druid deck. I think it's got a pretty good endgame with all the card draw, all these 5-drops, some removal and an Ancient of War, and then some early stuff as well. So the deck seems to be pretty strong. My one regret is I took a Goblin Stalker over a Druid of the Claw. I thought it might be greedy to have yet another Druid of the Claw here, but should have taken that Druid of the Claw. I think having 2 of those instead of 1 would have been pretty nice. Other than that, I took an Antique Healbot over a Druid of the Claw as well, so I could have had up to 3 of those crazy cards. Don't regret that, though. It definitely made a difference in one game, so I'm pretty happy to have that. Okay, we're up against the Paladin. What the? Oh, Jesus. What is this? Fealty? Anyway, we gotta decide whether to keep the Innervate. I think I'm gonna keep the Innervate, so this is actually a pretty good curve. So we can play this on turn 1, Panther on turn 2, and then Innervate the Tiger on turn 3. I lost one game here. The one game I lost, I actually had a turn 2 Druid of the Claw. Part of the reason why that might not have worked out is that I had, it was up against a Paladin actually, and it was just annoying because he kept, being able to make these recruits, and then I kept having to either shapeshift and kill them or take damage off of the Druid. It's gonna Seal of Light the Gnome. I'm pretty okay with that, because I still get a spare part, so I'm not going down a card. I'm actually going up a card, technically, if you count this as a card. And, I still, okay, hang on. So, do I want to try this again? I could coin Innervate a Druid of the Claw right now. God, did I lose that game because I did that, or did I lose that other game despite doing that? You know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I'll Innervate it, but I'm not going to coin it. Because if I Innervate it on turn 3, I can actually coin the Tiger on turn 4, and I think that's just a better use of my stuff. If I did this right now, I wouldn't have much going on next turn. Okay, this is a pretty good card. It survives against the Panther, so I got a couple different options here. I could mark a Nature, but then I wouldn't actually kill it. I could just actually Innervate the Tiger, or sorry, the Druid of the Claw, and use Charge to kill the Spider Tank. The problem then is they both died of Consecration. I could shapeshift and then kill the Spider Tank, but then the problem is I can only get up to 4 mana with the Innervate and the coin, which doesn't do anything for me. The Spider Tank is really good for him. Oh man, do I dare just make this as a 4/6 taunt and hope for the best? Alright, we'll try it. That Spider Tank puts me in a rough place. Why couldn't he have just played a regular old minion that has 3 health? Alright, let's see if he's got the goods. I need to turn my volume down. Bag in your pardon. You're about to hear a bink. There it is. Ah, he's gonna peacekeep it. Okay, this is actually not too bad. Although, this thing, of course, is kind of crappy. What's good about it is I have options. So I could Mark of Nature to bring it back up to be a 5/6 with taunt, making it a really, really big investment. And then I can kill the Peacekeeper with my Panther, and then this with that. So this would be a 5/3 that I invested 3 cards in, and I got 1 card back. So it's not that great. I could coin into the Tiger, then I could kill this, and then this thing would still survive against the Spider Tank. What other options do I have? Why don't I just make this Tiger? Honestly, that seems pretty good. So we'll kill the Peacekeeper, hit him in his fat face. Pass the turn. I think that seems better than investing so much in this one card, because I'd honestly rather put Mark of Nature on this Tiger and have a 5/9 taunt than a 5/6 taunt. I do have 2 silences in here, which gives me 2 ways to get this guy's strength back, although of course it would also undo the taunt. Alright, Raging Warrior. This is actually pretty good. He didn't have any big creatures. He just had a little crap. Okay. Didn't get either of my silences. So, what do we do here? Well, I think, what's pretty logical would be to kill the Worgen so you can't do any combos with it. And then, why don't we just shapeshift and kill off the Ooze. And then play the Grizzly Fauchizly to block the Spider Tank. Now, even if he gets past the Grizzly, the Spider Tank can kill the Tiger, but then it would be a trade. So he's got 5 cards to my 5 real cards, plus the Rusty Horn. So I think I'm doing okay. Choose Over Champion's a really good card, but I will at least get to kill 1 instance of it. And this is annoying, because that will kill off my Ooze, unfortunately. After all is said and done. Yeah, it's just a really close game. Alright, Starfire, it could be good later, so let's ooze it up. and think. If I mark a nature, I can make this a 3/6 with taunt. But then I don't have enough mana left over to shapeshift to ping off this shield. If I ping off the shield, they'll trade. I don't want to do this. Let's think ahead. He makes a recruit, then I'm in kind of an awkward place. If I ping off the shield now, they'll trade. And then I'm going to have my shapeshift free to kill off his recruits later. Yeah, I'm going to actually ping off the shield. I'm trying to do a trade this way. No reason to put the taunt on this thing because it's just about to die. So he's got 4 cards to my 4 plus a spare part. So that's 5. I'm about to get my 6th. And then I get another card potentially with Starfire. Okay, he heals back up. Trades off. Awkwardly, the Starfire here isn't quite working because I would need another point of mana to be able to shapeshift this thing to death. I could recycle it. He could then get it back later and get more health. But I think I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, we'll do this. So basically now he's got 3 cards to my 4, soon to be 5. I gotta get some minions here though. I really need to get like the Ancient of War or my other Tiger. I've already used Druid of the Claw. This could have been Druid of the Claw. Oh, ouch, that sucks. That would have been nice as a Druid of the Claw. Luckily though, I get my Tiger. So he's got a weird hand. He just passed turn 8. I don't know what is going on that he would pass turn 8. Could he have like consecrations there? Maybe he's got an equality he can't use. Maybe a Hammer of Wrath he couldn't use. Number of things he could have. Glad to be a druid here, being able to get rid of these recruits, and I think I probably will put Mark of Nature on this. I've already lost 1 game due to not Mark of Naturing in time. Don't want to lose another. This is a very annoying card. Can I get a silence? Cannot. So, let's think. I could just kill this off and then see what comes out before making any further judgments. I don't see a reason to put Mark, or I could just Starfire it. If I do, then I don't have any removal left for big stuff, except for Swipe, which is only 4 damage. So I could Starfire it, see what happens, go up a card. But why do that when I can just Nourish? Yeah, let's Nourish, because I might get an Owl or a Keeper of the Grove, which are still hiding out in here. Then that would be a much more elegant way of dealing with this Shredder. Okay, so now what we can do is Ironbeak Owl, silence that, use the Tiger to kill it, Shapeshift, Recruit. I don't want to use the Wrath because I've got plenty of cards, and I want to make sure I have some damage available in case he plays something big later on. Now I'm thinking he's going to play Consecration, because he's got 3 cards he didn't play, so he probably has Consecration. Yep. This should have been Druid of the Claw. He has an Imp Master, which is kind of annoying because I don't really have a good answer to it. Swipe is in the deck, but I don't have it yet. I would totally use Swipe here just to get this board all clear, because he's got a lot of power here. Don't find it. Alright, let's think. I think this is decent. Shapeshift to kill off one of these things. I'm sure I'll play this guy. Alright, he's having trouble finding big stuff, which means either he's got a bad deck or it's all coming up later. He does still have his Justice dude in here, but I can kill it now with Starfire plus Shapeshift, so it's not a big deal. So I've got a nice board advantage over him. Got some removal here. I can deal up to 8 damage with these without losing a card. Up to 6 damage and actually gain a card. He's going to silence off the taunt, which I'm pretty okay with. Note he doesn't want to silence off this because that would get rid of the drawback. Still hoping for Swipe at some point. He's got a secret. I do have a Kizan Mystic in here, don't I? I could steal the secret perhaps. He's throwing the Recruit into it. I wouldn't actually have done that if I were him. I think it doesn't really serve any purpose. Ah, I do have a Mystic. Look at that. So what do we have here? Probably Avenge. Oh, it's Repentance. Interesting. Okay. Well, he actually concedes for that. I don't know if that was worth conceding, but okay. I mean, it's Repentance. Who gives a crap? And, like, if he was conceding after I stole Repentance, he might as well have just conceded when he played Repentance, because that card's terrible. Okay, great. So we've got up to 5-1. Oh, I'd love to make it up to 7 wins, beef up my Druid stats. I noticed something interesting in my stat sheet the other day. I actually have like an average of slightly below 6. It's like 5.8 wins. Yet my number of wins or number of runs that go to 7 or more is 50%. So like I make it to 7 or more half the time, but my average is below 6 because when I don't make it to 7, I'm often that bad. It's been very swingy. Hopefully not playing Shaman anymore will improve my stats though. Yi the Warlock. Alright, we got that Swipe a game late. You know, Master Swordsmith is a very bad card, but I'm going to keep it here because I can coin the Stalker on turn 1, and then play the Master Swordsmith on turn 2. And not only might it kill some 1 toughness Junkarunos, but, you know, it'll buff up this to be a 3/3, which can have certain benefits. The main problem is I have to wait till the end of the turn for the buff to happen, so if he plays a 2/3 right now, I'd honestly rather just shapeshift and kill it right away than play this dude. But as long as he doesn't have that, I'm going to be happy to have kept this guy. Alright, he life taps, which is really good, so he's up a card against me now. But I am going to be up on the board against him. Got my owl. The owl was actually really good last time. I am going to give myself some credit for having that owl because I already had a Keeper of the Grove when I saw this owl. And I think a lot of people would have passed it. He's got Demon Fire, which is not what he needs. He needs a Dark Bomb, but he's got a Mortal Coil to back it up. Okay, fair enough. So it's about the same as Dark Bomb. There. He lost the card playing Demon Fire, but he gained it back with Mortal Coil. Alright, Mark of Nature. Crap. So either I Shapeshift or I play Mark of Nature. Let's play Mark of Nature. This is a little bit of a risky maneuver to give it the attack rather than the health. But my thinking is, if the way that he killed that thing was with Demon Fire plus Mortal Coil, he's probably not doing so hot on removal. So maybe this thing will actually live. Nope, it's not going to live, but he is going to go down a card killing it. So I went down a card making it. So it's all even, Steven. Alright, I can play the Kizan Mystic to try to trade with the Spider Tank, or I can Wrath Shapeshift it. Well, I might as well do this, because the Wrath I think is more valuable than an overpriced 4/3. Right now, we're just trying to stick around till turn 7 to play that guy, and if he has a Siphon Soul, I'm really boned, but... Oh, geez, Implosion. Well, I got a 1 in 3 chance it'll live. It doesn't live. I gotta get Swipe right now. Oh, no. Oh, that wasn't right now. That was definitely not right now. This is bad. I think I'm just gonna lose this game. Could I have just maybe played the Mark of Nature, make it a 1/7 taunt? Man, that might have been better for killing all these imps. Oh, he's got another Mortal Coil. God damn it, that's bad. So now I'm a turn away from being able to play this, which sucks. And he's got 5 mana to do more stuff with. Yep. Just about the worst thing that could have possibly happened there. Just about the worst thing. Okay, Claw doesn't do me any good. Claw Shapeshift would get me up to 3. I could actually kill this thing if I wanted to, with going 2 for 1 against it. Is that worth it? I mean, I guess. What else am I doing with my time? Oh, this is disgusting. So I go down a card, and now I'm just relying on Ancient of War to get me back up, which is bad, because if he has Siphon Soul or Silence, then this is just a 5/5, or a dead thing, and then I lose. Okay, well, that sucked. Yeah, I didn't really have any chance at all this game. Health-wise, I'm not even that much in the lead. He's the lead on the board. He's got the first play. Dread Infernal's not good for my health. Does he have more stuff? Oh, fuck. Now he actually has enough damage to kill this. Oh, jeez. Well, here goes. This isn't enough, though. It's not enough. He can just throw this and this. You can throw all 3 of them at it and still be winning. Oh, that's bad. Like, best case scenario for me, he's still beating me by a ton. Anything worse than that, I'm really screwed. Okay, so he gets the spare part. And the Battle Cry. This Swippity Swap would be really unfortunate. That would turn this into a 10/5, and then he could kill it very easily. Other than that, none of them really matter in his fight against this thing. Except I guess the +1 attack would have let him. Alright, so and this thing actually lives too, so that's the best part. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow, that was a beatdown of epic proportions. I didn't even get off to a slow start. I was off to a pretty fast start, but man. Is there any point in playing this? Would I play a 3/3? It dies. I could silence this thing. Yeah, you know, I'm just done here. Let's just move on to the next game. I don't want to chase that 0.001% chance of winning that one. Not a good use of my time. Not a good use of your time. We're on to 5-2. Ouch, 5-2, man. The difference between 5-2 and 5-1 is so huge. Oh, 5-1, you feel like you're on top of the world. 5-2, it's like, oh god, everything's terrible. Well, 5 wins would be right on par, actually, with what I had as Druid. I had 2 5s and a 7, so I guess that would be that. Let's bring up the stats sheet just in case I need to make a decision about who to play next. After this, I'm looking for a priest or a warlock. We're up against a priest. Bowen the priest, or perhaps Bowen. David Bowen. Alright, we have Claw, we have Cleric. The Mystic's useless. Claw got a Clockwork Gnome, that's good. So do I keep this because it's on curve? No, because I'm currently planning to coin that Cleric, so turn 3 has got nothing. Okay, got a 4-drop replaced with a 5-drop, but at least it's a good 5-drop versus a, in this particular game, bad 4-drop. Oh, he's flicking some cards. Does he have a Northshire Cleric here? That would suck. No, he's got Mind Vision. Alright, I don't know. A lot of stuff he could steal here would be pretty good. These are all pretty good cards. Obviously, there's a chance he'll steal the coin, which seems to happen with above average frequency, but we'll see. Alright, it looks like he stole a Clockwork Gnome. Luckily, it's not as good for him as it is for me, because I can kill his and he can't kill mine with his hero ability. Or with the hero ability, I should say. He's got a spare part. I'm not sure it really matters that much. Hopefully he plays something with 3 toughness. I can buff this up and kill it. Little Exorcist. Got the buff on it. Ah, that's annoying. So now Shattered Sun Cleric won't kill it, nor will Claw Shapeshift. That's so annoying. Alright, so I have to do this and this Little Exorcist. I could have run the Gnome into it, then I could have saved my coin. But I really want that Gnome out here because I want to be able to trade him into something. Now I could use the Gnome plus Claw to deal, and the Shattered Sun Cleric to deal up to 5 damage. That should be enough for just about anything. Although if he spends his turn killing this, I could just play this guy, get him out of the way. Alright, that's actually pretty annoying because it gives him a card. Claw Shapeshift won't kill it. Swipe's obviously terrible. Shattered Sun Cleric doesn't quite buff it enough to kill it. Then I don't have enough mana to Shapeshift to finish it off. Man, it's just, this deck is like firing on no cylinders. It's just like everything is a little bit off. Beginning with that turn 3 play of his. Okay, so we got this Pirate in the way of the Gnomish Mentor. He trumps it with a 4/6. Okay. Nourish is decent. Let's think. I could play the Tiger just to get a big thing down. I could play the Shattered Sun Cleric to kill this, though. And then deal more damage to this. And that would be good because this then wouldn't be Shadow Wordable. And it would deal more damage to that. The problem is that this thing, after killing the Gnomish Inventor, would be at 2 health, so a Holy Nova would clear the board. Do I risk exposing myself to a Holy Nova like that? Safer play would just be to run this into the Gnomish Inventor. And then I'm kind of stuck, because this dies to Holy Nova. It doesn't save anything from Holy Nova. I could ignore everything. I hit him for 5, 6, down to 18. I've got 6 points of burn damage, so he's kind of like at 12. I don't think I like any of my options. Oh, man. I can try to burn him out and use Nourish to refuel when I'm out of burn. Alright. I'm risking the Holy Nova. Might live to regret it, but when you're stuck for options, you gotta take a risk. So let's see the Holy Nova. I do get a card back from this, which is something, and it is his whole turn, which is also good if he Holy Novas. He heals up to 23, passes. I play the Tiger, takes him down to 18, 14, 12. Plus some heals in the way. Okay, no Holy Nova. He steals probably something not that good. Okay, good to see this. He can't heal the Spectral Knight, so that's actually really good. Can't heal it because it, of course, is untargetable. Oh, of course. Oh, motherfucking course. Every damn time. Alright, so I could swipe the bear and shapeshift to kill the Spectral Knight. I could shapeshift the bear, run the Gnome in, and then, nope, then can't claw the Spectral Knight because I've already shapeshifted. God, I needed this thing to not be frozen. You know what, this guy seems to have a pretty slow deck, so honestly, I'm just going to swipe and clear. Because he seems to have a pretty slow deck that does not have Holy Novas. I don't think I'm going to get a huge board of creatures to swipe, so I got a 2-for-1 there. It's pretty good. Got him down below 20. 5 damage is pretty significant if he doesn't have Holy Novas, and Emergency Coolant was his best response to this. It means he doesn't have Holy Smite. So I've got some decent damage. I have 2 damage of burn. This should go through 5. Oh no, he's going to heal himself. 1 in 3 chance of killing my Gnome off. It's the 2-3 army here, so please don't hit that 1 in 3 chance. Oh my god, I cannot catch a break. And of course I got just the dumbest thing. Oh my god, this is terrible. Well, the good thing is that I have lots of card advantage, so there's that. I can play the tiger, but I honestly would rather just clear off his board, especially because of that thing being pretty strong. So we'll kill this. We'll, let's think. I could kill it, or I could hit him in the face and give it stealth and play the ogre brute. What are the odds he's going to play pirates, though? The problem is if he actually plays a pirate, I'm going to feel so dumb. Oh, man. Alright. Oh, man. I don't know what to do. I can replace 3-2 with a 4-3. You know what? Let's do this. Just because it's a priest. Priests have a hard time killing 4-3s. Why not play the 4-4? Well, I'd rather have the more reliable damage if it's my only creature, so I can clear the board or hit him in the face as necessary. Doing okay here on cards. He's got 5 cards to my 6. Plus I have Nourish. Alright, well, it turns out my prediction about everything was wrong because he gave me a huge board of things that Swipe would have been great for, and he played this thing, which makes me wish this had 4 health. So it's just all the way wrong. Let's kill this off. Shapeshift. Kill this off. So I think I'm going to play a fair game. I'm not going to try to burn him out. He's down to just a few cards. Clearly has junk for beans because he wouldn't have played all that crap if he had anything better to play on turn 8. So we got card draw in the back pocket. Got a big minion to take out anything he should be able to play, barring a big top deck. Power Word Shield, and that's pretty desperate. Still though, does he find a good minion? He finds another Power Word Shield. Okay, so he's just cycling cards, which is both nothing and everything. Wow, okay. Cool. I've got 2 silences in this deck that could turn all that around, and he actually does find this, but it's not the best thing for him to find just because I can shapeshift and kill it with the tiger. Alright. So do I Nourish here? I think so. Yeah, I think I'm going to Nourish. So we're going to draw 3 cards. Recycle would have been good to have on hand. Don't find my silences, so we'll shapeshift. Kill that. And then think, I can either give this stealth to prolong its life or I can play something different. I'm going to give it stealth. So now, next turn I should be able to play like up to 8 mana's worth of stuff and Power of the Wild. That was like 4, 6, 8 Power of the Wild. Pretty good turn, unless he plays something worth recycling. But he had to fish that hard for a... Okay, never mind. Guess he does have big stuff in his deck. It was just a long time coming, so we're going to have to recycle this thing. A little bit scary, of course, that it's not permanently dead. There are only 13 cards in this deck, so we might see it again, but you know what? That's fine. Starfire, I can use that later on. So we'll do this. And I could play one of these guys, Power of the Wild. That would let me kill this and live to tell about it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm sure, should I save Power of the Wild for later? I could shapeshift. Kill this thing off, play this guy, because he survives against that, and then next turn I can play this, 4, 7, and then 9, and buff everything. Alright, let's try that, see how it works. I'm taking a bit of damage, but I do have Antique Healbot in here, so I might as well take advantage of that. Okay, so he's been struggling. He's got 2 cards that are seemingly dead. He's been peeling big things off the top. His luck's got to run out at some point, so if he didn't get a big minion here, next turn I should be pretty safe to just throw down 4, 7, and then 9. Okay, looks like he found a Holy Smite or a Holy Nova. Otherwise that makes no sense unless he's planning to heal this up. Ah, he is? Okay. So why hasn't he played this earlier? That makes it. Why didn't he play that earlier? I am totally baffled by his decisions. Silence will turn this into a 1-1. But I need to kill the Cult Master, so let's stick to the plan, Sam. We're going to do this, and this, and this. Kill off the Cult Master. These are not vulnerable to Shadow Word Death, but I'm pretty okay with that possibility, because that means my Ancient of War could survive Shadow Word Death. He finds Force Tank Max again, which is admittedly very annoying. And then he's actually starting to burn me down, so I'm going to have to unfortunately use Mark of Nature here to kill this off, because I'm running out of time. So we have to silence off the Divine Shield. Mark of Nature, unfortunately, does need to go on the Yeti so that I can guaranteed kill this thing off. I think it would have been a bit foolhardy to use the health portion of it. I'm actually gonna innervate for Starfire here, just to get another card and to kill that off. There's the heal bot. Hopefully I do kill this, that would be nice, and I do. Alright, so we've got healing, so my health is fine. I've gotten rid of his Force Tank Max for real. I've used Nourish. Still have Druid of the Claw, though, which is really good. Still have Ancient of War, which is really good. Seems not to have Shadow Word Death. He has his own Ogre Brute, and a heal for his face. So let's see if my Ogre Brute can strike one more time. It can. Alright, do I risk this? Because a Mind Control here would just wreck me, so I don't know. I think he hasn't really had any reason to use Mind Control yet. Since I'm winning without the Ancient of War, I don't see any reason to take that risk. I want to wait for Keeper of the Grove to come up so that if he does steal this, I can at least silence away the health and the taunt. Or for him to have an empty hand. I'm willing to risk a top-decked Mind Control, just not when he's holding onto a card for 10 turns. Acolyte of Pain's pretty good, it'll get him a card, but I do have a way of killing it in one blow, which is nice. This is his new card, so he still has this card he's been saving. Keeper of the Grove, okay. So I got a couple options here. I could Keeper of the Grove the Acolyte to stop him from getting an extra card. The problem with that is, if this is a Mind Control, then I basically can't ever play Ancient of War. I could play the Ancient of War, then if he Mind Controls it, I could play Keeper of the Grove, silence it. And then I could kill it with Loot Hoarder plus Owl plus Shapeshift, and I'd still have a 2-4. And if it's not Mind Control, then I got a 5-10 taunt. But let's say that is Mind Control. He's going to have a card for me killing his Acolyte, and then another card for starting the turn. That's 2 cards. He Mind Controls, which is his whole turn. I silence it. I use Loot Hoarder that and Shapeshift to kill it. And then I get a card from Loot Hoarder, so I have 2 cards. And 4 mana. I guess I'd still be ahead. So I really have to decide how likely is it that this is Mind Control. I had like, what, a 5-6 he could have stolen? But that was when he had Force Tank Max, and he wouldn't have stolen my Ogre. I think that is Mind Control. So I am going to silence off the Acolyte to stop him from getting a card. It's possible that's a Holy Nova, and I'm just going to be really dumb right here. Because he was just maybe waiting for this to get damaged. Let's look at this card, keep an eye on it. The other option, I could play this as a 10-5, actually, and then if he Mind Controls it, I can kill it a little bit more easily. Is he going to pass his turn? That means it's definitely not Holy Nova, and it's even more likely now that he has a Mind Control there. So we'll play the Tiger, which is an amazing top deck here, and start to beat down his face. How to know his face is fat? I don't. I'm just assuming. So is he going to use a Mind Control now, desperately? We know it's not Holy Nova, we know it's not Holy Smite, we know it's not Shadow Word Pain. Probably not Shadow Word Death, because he had a chance to use that. It's the new card. Ah, he had a buff that he didn't want to use. Alright. Problem here is he's dead, isn't he? 5, 8, 10, 12? Yeah. Yeah. Still never saw what that was. I think I actually made the right call playing around Mind Control. And the best part is, nobody's ever going to contradict me. I just get to say, oh, I've made an epic play around Mind Control, but who knows, maybe it was like Inner Fire or some crap. Okay, we got up to 6 wins, which is good. Let's have the cliffhanger finale here. Let's see if I can make it a 7. I'm a big fan of this deck. Obviously having Ancient of War helps, but that time it was almost more of a liability than an actual benefit, and I still won, so yay me. The cancel button went away. Get to play a game now. This is exciting. It is another Priest Outlaws. Okay, DHK the Priest. Not that Priests are necessarily a bad matchup, it's just that, you know, with Ancient of War hanging around my turf, and that being only a few turns away from Mind Control, unless I get this down pretty much right on turn 7. It's a liability. Okay, we have a curve of sorts. Got the Stalker on turn 2, Tiger on turn 3, so really just hoping he doesn't play anything on turn 1, and I'm okay. He does have the coin, so higher than average chance he'll play something on turn 1. He mulliganed 2 cards, so almost the other 2 cards that he kept were both 2 drops, and he's planning to coin them out back to back. Oh, Zombie Chow. Blech. So we have an option here. I could actually innervate the Yeti, which is interesting as far as options go. But let me, you know, I'm just gonna do it. I get my card back. Priest of a Devil of a Time killing these guys, so I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna work on opening this. Oh, the spark! I just saw it float and start that thing. I guess it's just random how quickly it happens or doesn't happen. He's got a 3-drop. Am I afraid of it? I am not. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do this. I could, of course, kill the Zombie Chow, but then this guy lives. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to claw shapeshift the Zombie Chow, because you should kill that first. Then I'm going to kill the Dark Cultist. And now, if he has Holy Smite, he can finish off this Yeti, but you know what? He has to have a Holy Smite to do that. This could have been Druid of the Claw, and I guess I'm happy it isn't, because I get to play something on turn 4, otherwise I wouldn't have. He passes on turn 3. Well, that's certainly nice. Do I play the Cleric or the Stalker? Cleric would let this survive Holy Smite and Holy Nova, but he clearly doesn't have Holy Smite. And if I do buff this, he would be vulnerable to Shadow Word Death, which is maybe a good thing, because it would take up his entire turn, and then it would save these tigers. They're endangered. Gotta save these tigers from the Shadow Word Deaths. And then the Ancient of War that could die to Shadow Word Death later on. Spends more of my mana. Lose the opportunity for buffing something, getting a surprise kill, though. Alright, I'm gonna trust my instincts, gonna save that buff, even though I'm not using my mana as efficiently. And I'm not fishing out a Shadow Word Death. These guys are stealth, so they survive Shadow Word Death, they come into play anyway. Okay, so he passed on turn 3. That was a really nice boon. It let me catch up a bit, or not catch up, but get a little bit more ahead. Silvermoon Guardian's a good card. That's actually a really good card. It might actually stop me from making a tiger. Yeah, it's gonna stop me from making a tiger. The owl would silence this off. I could also shapeshift to get it off, and then save the owl for later. I think the owl could be more useful later, so I'm gonna actually shapeshift this thing off. And then we'll use the Cleric. This is greedy right here. Actually, hang on a minute. Hang on. If I kill this, everything dies to Holy Nova. You know what? I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to kill it like that, so I can play it on Holy Nova. He's coming up on Holy Nova now, so let's have a 3-4. See if he's got a Shadow Word Pain for this. If he does, it's most of his mana, and then I can play the Tiger hopefully next turn. Okay, Spectre Knight. Pretty good card. I'd have to 2-for-1 into it. Or I could just ignore it. I could silence it, doesn't do much good for me. Why don't we just play the Tiger and then think? Yeah, I don't see a reason to 2-for-1 right now, because I can just kill that thing with the Tiger after he kills off my 3-4 here. So I might as well do that. Okay, he gives it extra health. That's fine, though. I can silence that off. The bigger problem is... Wait, I can't silence it off. It'll stay at 4-6. Shoot. Balls. Okay, how do we deal with this? Couple of different things. I could hit him for 8. Down to 8. Down to 7. Down to 5. And try to burn him out. Or I could fight fair. I could hit this, shapeshift, kill it. Leaves me with 5 mana. Play another Tiger. Alright, I'm going to play fair. I don't know if I'm making the right choice here or not. But... it's the choice I'm going to make. I'm still doing some damage to him. Still putting some pressure by hitting this Tiger here. I've got Starfire and Swipe still in my deck, and Nourish to help me find them for that burn that I might need to finish him off with. Not really behind on cards. He's got 7 to my 6. Noyatron is a good target for the silence, so that's fine. I actually have 2 silences, so I can choose which one to use. I can use this one, because this one might be used for damage later on.
The damned stand
Dark Cultist is not a big deal. He kills off my 3-2. That makes a certain kind of sense, because the Tiger will die to the Annoyatron. And he's behind, so he's taking a risk here. Yeah, he feels unsafe, because he would have healed this if he felt safe. Alright, so lots of things to consider here. First, can I kill him, actually? I can silence this with the Owl. 10 damage, 11 damage, 13 damage. So that heal on his face actually stopped him from dying this turn. So I got to give him some props for figuring that out. I could still play fair. Like, I could silence this, shoot this, shapeshift, kill it. That would be all of my mana. And then kill the Tron with this Tiger. Yeah, why don't I just do that? I can clear his board. Have a lead on the board. Whoa, hold on a minute. That first. So I didn't do any damage to him this turn. I cleared his board, got a lead on the board. I'm safe from Holy Nova. And I've got card draw here. I'm threatening 9 damage. I mean, I'm gonna make him show me he's actually got something here. Okay. Is he gonna give it taunt? No. So I used both silences. Now he's got a 10-10. I don't have any answers to this other than incremental damage. This will actually kill an Ancient of War, which is hilarious. I've got 5, 7, 9 damage. I still need 8 more damage to kill him. Let's Nourish. I don't see much reason to play Ancient of War. Alright, Swipe. Recycle is actually a good answer to this. And I'm going to play this Pirate out. I think it's a pretty good thing to do here, so I can hit him for a lot of damage. If this was the best thing he could do at 8 mana, unless he top decks something good, it's not going to get any better. And then if he gives this taunt or whatever, I can just recycle it. Alright, so what you got? Zero Drake, good card. He can't play Holy Nova though, so that's a good thing. He's going to Shadow Word Death to kill that off. Okay. However, he didn't leave enough mana to heal himself, so I have 2, 4, 8 damage. Is the kill? Always look for the win, kids. Always look for the win. Because that could have gotten hairy if I had just started trading stuff. Alright, we make it to 7 wins, and best of all, I can actually fit time for one more game in this video, so either we'll be continuing on with 8-1 in the next video, or starting a new run. Oh man, I'm so happy. So my Druid runs were 5, 5, 7, and at least 7 with this one. So I'm getting a little bit better with Druid. Hunter, 3, 4, 4, 3 staying the same. Paladin dropped off 9, 6, 2, 0, so Paladin might be on the shit list soon, I don't know. Everything else is staying about the same. Okay, let's see who we get next. It's Mage! Ulek 93, the Mage.
You asked for it.
Got our Innervate, Tiger combo, as we always do. I don't want this. This is just crap. So I don't think I'm going to coin into the Tiger. That might be a little bit extreme. I think I'd rather just play the Ooze on turn 2 and then the Tiger on turn 3 and save my coin. Alright, that changes everything. Maybe I don't want to actually play the Ooze on turn 2. Because it'll just die to this when I could shapeshift to kill it. Well, I can't do anything about it now. I can only get up to 4 mana with Innervate coin. It's not enough for the Tiger, even if I wanted to play the Tiger. Unstable Portal, oh geez, okay. Well, let's see what he gets. She gets, is it a 3-drop? It's not. Keeps this hidden. Makes sense. I could Innervate coin the Tiger. Here, the advantage of that is I don't just throw the Ooze away to this guy. Alright, let's do it. So I'm ready to kill. She can play something up to 6 mana from Unstable Portal right now, which is a bit scary to consider. Alright, that is the card that she unstably portaled. And it is Gelbin Mechatorque. Well, that's really double-edged. That could be good or bad. At the start of your turn, transform a random minion into a 1/1 chicken. Oh my god. So remember, this thing can actually do itself. Gotta be very careful about that. Man. Alright, here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna draw a card and kill Gelbin himself, because he has a 6/6 after all. Throw the Tiger. Either at this or at him. Now, if I throw it at this, there's a 1 in 3 chance my Tiger's getting turned into a chicken. Ah, man. You know, I'm behind here, though. When you're behind, take risks. I gotta get this kill. And then see what the Chickinator does. My Tiger. Oh, of course. Well, that's a wrap, as they say. Now she's gonna buy the teacher. I have a chicken. I can't do anything about this 6/5. Fucking well, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna say fucking unstable portal or anything, because, yeah, I'm just done. Because I had a lot of games already where I won because the opponent didn't get anything good off of their unstable portal. So here with no removal and nothing to play on its only turn 4, I just was gonna get smashed. Anyway, that was a good run. Glad that my wins were my losses were first of all totally hopeless, so I didn't feel like I misplayed. and that they happened after, or not soon enough that I couldn't get to 7 units. 20 dust. I mean, I need dust and stuff, but Jesus, 20 dust, terrible. All right, we're gonna have time to draft the next deck, but not play a game with it. So let's take a look at the pack. Oh, just an ordinary pack, nothing special. And okay, we're looking for Paladin. No, not Paladin. We're looking for Priest and Warlock. Alright, Warlock it is, so here goes. Always hold your breath with Warlock. You never know how good or bad it's going to be. Okay, Falcon Cannon's been good against me. It's been really, really, really good against me. But I have never been able to use it well. I'm just going to take the Arcane Golem because I really like the extra burn potential you get with that card. Alright, Mortal Coil. Anti-Heal Belt's good for Warlocks, but I'm just not passing on removal this early on in case I don't get any more. Okay, these are not good enough to justify taking over Shadow Bolt, even though Shadow Bolt's not good removal. Alright, Soulfire. I think it's good to have one of these. Yeah, I'll take it over the Voidwalker. Dark Bomb is just fantastic. So lots of removal here. Blood Imp sucks. We'll take the Panda. Void Caller is one of those cards that doesn't actually work that well in Arena, but people always get afraid of it when you play it. Nah, I'm just going to take the Cleric. It's more reliable. Well, here I'll take the Void Caller because this other stuff is junk. Okay, another Mortal Coil or Ascension. You know, I have so much removal already. I'll take the Ascension because that is very good. Geomancers would be great too, but yeah, Ascension is just super strong. Siphon Soul, kind of unpassable. It's the Warlock's only card that does what it does. Now here's interesting. These are all really great cards. I'd love to have all of them. Silence is important, but I'm going to take another Dark Bomb because it adds reach and early removal. It's just very important. Okay, the Reckless Rocketeer can be used as like a reach burn type of card, but this deals almost as much damage for 3 mana less, so I'm going to take the Panther. Another Shadow Bolt? I don't think so. I think we'll just take the Engineer here. I've got enough removal going on. I could use some end game, but I could also use some more early game, so I'll take the Voidwalker and just hope I get some other cards later on. Alright, Spider Tank, I don't want another 3, so we'll take the Silverhand Knight for my 5. Take this. Actually, do I have anything to get with Sense Demons? I mean, there's the Voidwalker. Yeah, we'll just take the Ventricle Mercenary. Ugh. This thing can be good. I guess these both can be good, but sometimes suck. Since I'm a Warlock and I can draw cards already, I guess we'll take the Little Exorcist. Drain Life is not my favorite card, but it does what it does, and sometimes it's worth having. We'll take this over the Spider to have another 1-drop. Another Siphon Soul? Wow. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so Charge and Reach or Healing. I've got a lot of removal, so I could take some healing here. Zombie Chow for the early starts? Sure. Alright, so I'm going to take an Ogre here. I've got a pretty expensive high-end, but I think it's worth it to have that. Void Caller again. I never did take that Dread Infernal, so I could Void Caller down another Void Caller. Or the Voidwalker. Not the greatest, but another Panda, how much good does that really do me? Yeah, we'll take the Void Caller. Alright. Don't want another 3. I'm already spiking 3 mana too much. We'll actually take the Storm Pike here just for some removal and some more reach. Alright, I've been convinced that Floating Watcher is amazing, so we'll take it over the other choices. We'll take another Mortal Coil over another Voidwalker. Take another Zombie Chow over another Spider Tank. Oh man, I don't know. I don't want any more 3s, but 2 Zombie Chows is a bit risky, because you might end up not being able to play it. Now I'll take it. Alright, Flame Imp or the Wolf? That's tricky. I'll take the Wolf to buff up the 1-drops I'm hopefully going to get to play. And we actually get an Epic here. So I never did get a Divine Shield creature. Passed on a couple. So this thing, I mean, it's good. I'd still play it. Question is it worth it over the Enhancing Meccano, who has less stats and costs more? I'll try the Enhancing Meccano. He's so fun, even though he doesn't often do very much good stuff. It's fun. And you know what? We'll go a little late. It's not quite 45 minutes, so we'll start 1 game just to see how this thing flies. I can hardly resist, and then we'll end the video after that. So yeah, that draft was a tricky one. I mean, I might have made some mistakes. I passed on a Spellbreaker to take a Dark Bomb. I took a lot of removal that might have been better to take as minions, and I also took some minions instead of removal, so there's a lot of difficult choices there. I'm not sure I made the right call. My deck has a pretty high curve, so I definitely didn't underdraft the endgame. 2 Siphon Souls, a Boulder Festoger, a Healbot, a Stormpike Commando, a Floating Watcher. There's a lot of expensive stuff there. Up against a priest. Lots of priests online today. Leuven TH. Leuven the Honest. This could have been a Flame Imp. I'm immediately having regrets. And okay, well, we'll see how big my regrets are depending on whether I get another 1-drop or not. Yay! No regrets anymore. Yeah, this to buff a Voidwalker is perfect. Of course, if it were a Flame Imp, I could have played them both on turn 1 with the coin, so minor regrets. Goldshire Footman, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, that's great. Here, let me play my better version of that card. Oh god, I'm being really snippety here. I don't know why that is. Alright, is he going to just hit this and heal? That would be great, because then I can play the Wolf, buff it, and kill it. You could also play Power Word Shield Inner Fire, which would be hilarious. And, actually, I might lose at that point. He's going to shoot it, which makes a certain kind of sense, because then it'll die. He won't go up a card, but he won't go down a card either. Alright, well, let's play the Wolf. So, this, yeah, I regret this. This would have been better as a Flame Imp right here. Because the Flame Imp would have already been down on turn 1, it would have just killed the Goldshire Footman. The Voidwalker would have killed the Elven Archer. Honestly, probably wouldn't have even played the Elven Archer. So yeah, that could cost me the game. For sure. Okay, Annoyatron's good. Do I want to play the Panther or Coin into Sen'jin? Let's Coin into the Sen'jin. I think the coin has some qualitative value. It lets me ping off the shield without worrying about my Wolf dying. Well, worrying as much. He could obviously Shadow... No, he can't Shadow Word Pain the Sen'jin because it's getting buffed by the Wolf. Score! So it's like a Chillwind Yeti with Taunt thanks to Mr. Wolf. Still would rather have had that been a Flame Imp, but at least it's not totally useless. He has 6 cards to my 6. My cards on the board are better, but he has the turn, so anyone's game. Holding on to Siphon's Soul makes me feel pretty good, because I know that if he gets something big on turn 5 or 6, I can probably kill it if it's not a Spectral Knight, of course. I can... Oh, wow, he gives me an extra mana. That's pretty bold. But I guess it makes a certain kind of sense. Lets him clear the board. Does he have anything for that last mana? He does not. No, he does. Oh, that makes all the difference. If he hadn't had this, that would have been much better for me. Okay, well, we'll just get my card. And now I can choose between this and this, or just the Panther. Let's go for this and this, because this thing doesn't die to that yet. This thing doesn't die to Holy Nova yet, unless, of course, he pops the shield there and then plays Holy Nova. That's okay if he wants to do that, because this gave me a card. And then, having more stuff on the board is always nice with this deck in case I draw Enhanso Meccano. Okay, please do not have a Mortal Coil. Mortal Coil, Mortal Coil? No. Damn. I don't want to Siphon Soul this thing. Wish I'd played the Panther. Panther would have killed this. Ouch. Well, I can always Dark Bomb and use the Engineer to kill it, so let's see if we can get a Mortal Coil. Nope. Dark Bomb. That. And, do I want to sacrifice this to pop the shield? I think what I want to do is actually pop the shield and then keep this thing hidden. This is not worth Dark Bombing, obviously. But there's no point throwing this out. He would have used Holy Nova last turn if he had it, so he doesn't have it. Which means that I can keep this around and maybe it'll do something better than just throw itself at a 1-1. T-Killbot. Oh, it feels so good to have this, because I can just Life Tap away with Gusto and Vigor and Vim, and then know that I can just heal it up. This is 4 life taps that I get, basically, from playing this guy. Card-wise, I'm doing great. He's got 4 to my 6, and I can life tap more. He's gonna okay, never mind. He's got 3 to my 6. That's totally fine. He's gonna Holy Smite the Zombie Chow, and then hit me in the face. Alright, so Mortal Coil is a pretty nice top deck. We'll use it. Boulder Fist Ogre. I think I'm good enough on health right now that I don't need to throw this guy down in a panic. Let's just reveal my guy, start hitting him, play this dude. My health in this situation is totally fine. I have actually 11 points of healing here. If he plays anything big, I can kill it with Siphon Soul. So yeah, that's getting Siphon Souled. I can still life tap, and I know I have another one of these in the deck. Interesting option now presents itself. I could buff the Ogre and kill the War Golem that way. I know he doesn't have a Holy Nova, barring top decks. That would let me save the Siphon Soul for something else. If I Siphon Soul now, though, I can just kill this. I can start dealing some damage. This is 8 damage. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Alright, let's Life Tap and Siphon Soul. Alright, so the question is, does he have Shadow Word Death? Mind Control is too long away. It's going to have to be another 2 turns before Mind Control. It's too long. Note, by the way, that extra mana crystal he gave me with Arcane Golem has like been mattering every single turn, so I don't know. He got to clear the board with it, but he's paying a pretty heavy price for that. Clockwork Giant. Alright, just an 8/8. Okay, well, definitely makes me question my life choices because I can't kill this with the old buff, the ogre trick. Can I kill him, though? Let's see. I have 6, 8, 9, 13 damage. 16 damage. He's actually pretty low, but of course he can heal a little bit.
So many possibilities.
I could just 2-for-1 Ogre plus Shadow Bolt. That would give him Mind Control a turn early, though, which I'm not super jazzed about. This plus the Dark Bomb would be a 2-for-1 as well. Without give. Oh, that would still give me. No, this was 4, 5, 6,
So many possibilities.
7, 8, 9. Ah, it doesn't quite work. Shoot, 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 shoot. I don't want to give him the Mind Control early unless I'm throwing my Ogre away. The numbers just don't quite work out. Alright, let's life tap. Aha! Alright, glad I did that. So now we can do this, that, other thing. Panther, because he doesn't have Holy Nova. Face, pass the turn. Okay, so we've got 7, 9 damage here that all gets erased with Holy Nova, but then I'm still in the lead by a bajillion cards, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I can life tap tons and tons, and I still have enough left in my deck that I am not at risk of fatigue. I've drawn a lot more cards than he has, and they're all kind of here. Storm Suck Kasukdo shows up to kill off a creature. It'll die, though. That's fine. And Hanso Meccano, oh, man. So I can only play one other minion alongside it. But it's worth it if I get even a single Divine Shield. That's definitely worth it. Yeah, let's do this. See if I can get a Divine Shield going here. Haunt is the worst thing. All got Wind Fury. Alright, that's okay. So I can do that and then hit him for 8 damage there. That's a lot of damage. Had I actually played the Arcane Golem instead of the Heal Bot, and it got Wind Fury, I would have almost been able to beat him. Actually, I would have been able to beat him. Yeah, I would have dealt 8 and then the Worgen would have finished him off. Arcane Golem number 2 comes down for him. He's got to kill off this Panther now. So I have 6, 9, 13, 15 damage. Yeah, I win. Unless this is a taunt or a removal card. Alright, it is not. And that, as they say, is that. Okay, I do have to stop the video now. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Please like and or subscribe and stick around. The rest of this hopefully promising Warlock run will be coming up soon. Take care.